Or if you haven't been here, start in butterfly Ashi. So start here like this. If you have been here, then what we did was we started in double outside. We off balanced in some capacity. There's various ways we could do that. Then we inserted a hook and then a butterfly Ashi hook, yeah? And then we started to off balance him again. In general, always with these sorts of guards, you're thinking about getting weight on his heels before you worry about attacking. And then we're coming into our butterfly Ashi, X guard, butterfly Ashi, these sorts of guards. If your back is, or you're facing the ceiling with your chest, you're losing the position. Yeah, you need to get under and face the same direction as them. So we grab and get under, and that's what off balances Josh. If he's leg bent here, or like I mentioned last week, if I want to force his knee to the mat, then you can with like the sole of your foot behind the knee. But if he comes back, if he straightens this leg and like turns it out a little bit, then this is a really good opportunity for Z-locks and things like that. So we're holding. You don't just throw with flat hips. You pendulum your leg to get up and in. So if I just try to throw here like this, it won't work. We want to come up, and the higher we get, the easier it will be. He bent his leg here, so I could potentially just heel hook him. But let's say he straightens it and tries to put weight through it. Yeah, this. So from here, we flare our knees out, and that will knock him down, and then we're in a Z-lock, yeah? Get tension in the leg. I don't want him to just start pummeling this foot over the top and causing me issues. So just pull momentarily. So as he tries to move, it's tough. Then you can start to climb and get 2-on-1 on the leg. Kick, pull, come up, and then we go through all the stuff we've previously done on Z-locks. So that would be a figure 4 grip, grabbing the shin, foot to foot, and you can start to come through, finish here. Off balance first, shorten up, get more weight on his foot, get under him, face the same direction. He gives a reaction of keeping his leg straight. If his leg bends, we'll heel hook him. If it straightens, we throw nice and high and come in, and then we flare our knees out. He goes down, and now we're in a Z-lock, or potential of a Z-lock, and we can start attacking, yeah? So tension, so he can't pummel this foot, get you 2-on-1, kick through, start to sit up, climb, and then we can go into our submissions here, yeah? Cool, 3, 2, 1. We got here and off balance, we came under, and we go through. Now, like I was saying before, if I put his knee to the mat, this is different. Like I'm not going to look for a Z-lock here. I'll probably be looking for like repeal hooks and potentially Footlocks and Aoki Locks. And so we covered, if he's seated and facing me, if his knee's up like this, and you can't turn it in or out, this would be a Footlock. If it goes in, heel hook. If it goes out, Aoki Lock. So we go back. He's up on this knee for now. We're here like this. I would preferentially put him on the knee, and then just, it stops his movement. What he can do here is, like, if I'm trying to reap or something, if he drives weight through this leg, it gets harder and he can get over the top of me again. I want to keep him out here. So by doing this, he can't face me, and it's a lot more difficult. Additionally, like, there are submissions, so if he's up, which we'll do now, there are submissions where I want to push him away a bit, and if this is active, he can start like still driving weight through this, and I'm starting to lose him, versus even without this hand holding that leg, if he tries to put weight through this leg now, he can't, and I can manipulate the leg as I need to set up my submission. So if we come back, we're here, I off balance, I then start shortening up, I go again, I come under, we grab that second leg, we extend all the weights through this leg now because of my right leg pushing his leg. Now we'll worry about our submissions. Yeah, so first one, we've done it previously, so we won't spend too long on it. You go under, pushing on the shin. You use your foot and your hands to push his leg away, like this. So I'm physically pushing his leg away until I can feel his big toe in my lat. Josh can be savvy here and still turn a little bit to misalign the other way. And this makes it harder. We've covered this before. For the more advanced people, you pull up and pull in and lock his heel on your ribs. So if he sits down, I know there's a lot of information here, but this is just a lot of the stuff we've covered. This is a straight foot lock here. If I get his heel slightly on my ribs, not too far like an Aoki, but slightly on my ribs, that attacks more the inside ligaments of the ankle. There are ways we could also foot lock him where if we can bend the foot and then put pressure through, it's the outside. So by us being here with my foot and I'm controlling, if he starts to turn and misalign and does a good job, if I pull that heel onto my ribs, now he's gonna feel it. What do you feel it here? Yeah. He's gonna feel it here, and the moment I start putting some pressure in, it's more of an inside ankle lock than a straight ankle lock. Does that make sense? So we come back, he's up, we do our whole off balance, we get under, we control, we get weight through the far leg. That makes it easy to manipulate the primary leg that we have. I push away. If I can lock a straight footlock, that's fine. You can just start applying a little bit of pressure. We're not gonna cover how to follow. I just want you guys setting it up properly. Alternatively, if I feel like I can't do that, push the foot away, keep the toes on the lat where they were, pull the heel onto your ribs, and that alone will submit him. Yeah. I'm here, I'm off balance. I set this up in some capacity, and he looks to turn with this. So maybe he's facing me with his hips a bit more. I push him away and lock this in, and then he starts to turn as I apply pressure. Two options. You could, well, there's a few. I could force him to turn. I could be proactive and just go crack, force him to turn. I could also put my toes on the mat and force him down. A lot of people, when they do this, they come up with hips flat. I'm gonna get very little pressure here. I want hips as high as possible. And you can keep the hook, or you can just cross this side of the hip and then slide the knees out and allow the head to slide away, and you'll get a lot of pressure, but you just want to follow. So we're here, push, push, lock out. I could just follow if he turns. I could force him to turn. So I could put my toes on the mat, come up. You might just have the dexterity to just follow as it is. Or if he locked his leg out here, which some people will do and try and put weight, you could throw the reap and come up, cross your feet if you can, and then knees flare out as the head slides away, and you get a lot of pressure. So you've set this up, you've locked in, you feel like you have it, and then he starts to turn. Like I could, at this point, if he stays there, but if he starts to drive that knee to the mat to try and hide, well, he's not gonna hide, but misalign as best he can, head to the mat, we cross, knees come out, and there's your finish, yeah? Don't come up like this, because then you've got no pressure. The power comes from being balled up and then extending out, yeah? 3, 2, 1. I look for an ankle lock because of my alignment relative to him. As I'm shucking this leg away, he tries to turn his leg and pull his leg out like this, yeah? So dangerous by him, but it does happen. So we're here, I'm locked in, he starts doing that. You allow it until you feel the heel just come just past the ribs here, and then you pull through. So obviously you wouldn't do it one-handed, but that's, so you can see, you allow it. So as he pulls, you allow it until you don't. And then there's tension. So if he tries to continue pulling, he's gonna hurt his own leg. So we're here. I'm trying to keep his knee facing this direction, or at the very least up, but he starts turning it out, you push, and then you pull. So you can go from your figure 4, make a fist and pull up. You can also, I could be here, and as he does that, I could just cup the heel like this. Some people prefer like an iron secret. Personally for me, either this into this, or this into this. Both are effective. Once we've got that, there is quite a bit of pressure on the MCL here, as well as the ankle, those internal ligaments. Turn your knee in as you open your chest, and the knee turning in alone, even without me moving my chest, will apply pressure on the MCL, plus the heel. So we're here. I've got good alignment for an ankle lock. I've extended him away. I push. He looks to pull that out. I lock and pull. And now my knee turns in as my chest opens. Very, very quick submission. You can imagine if we were, I won't do it, but if we were here and he tried to rip it out fast, bang, like it's on. So firstly, if you're here, don't try and rip out. And secondly, if they are there, don't rip the submission on. So we're here. The second option of the grip we covered, he tries to pull and turn that knee out, cup the heel, lock in, open your chest, and that will be a submission, yeah? 3, 2, 1.